International Builder Show 2023. Guess what? I got the full crew with me. I got Breakthrough Academy. I got Will King. I got Jake Bruton. I got, what's your name again? Oh yeah, Wade Paquin. I got Brian from Pioneer Builders. I've got Mechanical Hub. You know, he actually has a name besides Mechanical Hub. We'll sometimes call him Eric, and Steve Basic, and I've got 5 more contributors to this video from IBS 2023. Let's get going. All right, guys, Will and I coming to you from the Schluter booth. Will, we got some new stuff here to talk about, don't we?
Several new things, man. It's pretty cool. So the first one is the F drain. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so what is the F drain?
So you can see it's just a drain assembly. It actually it has the built-in Curdy, right? Yep. But what's neat about it, this is like for a flat floor drain.
F for flat.
Yeah, F for flat. There you go. So we just recently installed this in a mechanical room on a wood subfloor. We dropped down the floor trusses and put a flat floor drain just in case, right? So you end up making basically a little wet drain, a wet room. So laundry room's a big application, that kind of thing. So goes in nice and flat. You'd have your mastic adheres down to this Ditra.
Yep. So the Ditra is a waterproofing membrane, by the way. So this is waterproof once this is down.
Yep.
And then this has the Curdy attached to it already. So when we put our all-set, our Schluter all-set on there, integrate this, boom, now we got a totally waterproof floor.
Right. Comes with a cool little construction cover. We actually still have these on our job currently.
Oh, that's
it's going to stay over it, keep stuff out of the drain.
For sure.
But then they came up with a new...
They call it a drain body, I think, don't they?
Yeah. And then the cover snaps on, and then after it's done, it's
and then
nice
your tile
flat.
guy's going to tile right up to that. You got a nice flush transition.
That's right.
That's really nice. Now, Will, what else is new from these guys? I use the Ditra Heat at my house. If you're not familiar, it's a heating cable system so you can have heated tile floors. Really simple and easy to use. But check this out, they now have a peel and stick version of it. So this has a little peel and stick backer, if I can stick it on camera here. Of course, it's not working for me. There we go. Took me a half a second. So now this is tacky, this is sticky, and we can stick this down. Now, I'd highly recommend you use the primer. Technically, if your floor is clean enough, you don't need the primer. Primers are always my favorite. So use a primer, tack this down, and now guess what? With that peel and stick, we're ready to tile right immediately over that. The other thing these guys told me, which I didn't think about, was, a lot of tile contractors in the north, it might be 25 degrees in the house when they show up, but it really needs to be 50 in the house before they're tiling to make sure that everything's gonna dry properly. They don't have freezing issues. So this could mean that you might gain an extra day of construction where it might have been lost if the house wasn't warm. And they make, by the way, I'm sure you know this, but they make this same version with kind of a fleece backer. And this is for me in the South, for you in the South. Anytime we're doing slab on grade houses, we want to use that Ditra heat system. Use the Duo. This is going to help kind of insulate this from that concrete sucking that heat out of that heat strip, which is on top.
Awesome, yeah. Can't forget the thermostat. You got to talk about that too.
That's right. Talk to me about that.
So they have a new smart thermostat now that they had a Wi-Fi one that you might be familiar with, but now they have one that just came out actually at this show, I believe. It's actually built-in smart capable. So things like Alexa, Google Home, or Apple Home, Google Play, you can walk in and say, Alexa, set my floor to 62 degrees or 82 degrees, and it's off. So that's new. It also has, they call it geofencing. So
I know, this was cool.
That's
I like
a really
that.
cool feature. So if you're on your way home and you're within a certain distance from your house, you can set that from the app. It's going to automatically turn on and have your floors warm. And a lot of other features too, like frost protection. The face of it is actually a little bit reflective. So the idea is that it's going to pick up the color of your room in your bathroom and just make it blend in nicely. So
the thing I like about it is not so much, I don't love the, Google do this or that for me, but what I like about it is that you can set it to actually turn off as well, Will.
Yeah.
And I think this would be really important if you had a second home, a mountain home, whatever. You've left, you're at the airport, and all of a sudden the system knows, hey, you've left this geofence area. I may be gone from the house for the week. I'm gonna drop down that temperature on my floors and not spend money to heat when I'm not there. When normally the schedule might be turn on at 7 in the morning and turn off at night. Now we don't need that.
And the last thing that was cool on that is that you can enter in your kilowatt hour price for your electricity. And it's gonna monitor how much you spent that month. on your floor. So if your significant other is using it too much and your power bill's too high,
can see.
You can cut that back a little bit.
Sweet.
So anyway, great stuff from Schluter, man.
Really nice stuff.
Show.
Hey, before we leave here, one quick thing I want to mention. You know, this for me, Will, was the gateway drug to get me to want to switch to Schluter.
Oh yeah.
I really think they've got their systems dialed, and this linear drain is what brought me over to the Schluter side of the world. This is their linear drain that has their Curdy pre-attached to it. And in the past, when I was being asked to do linear drains, especially when linear drains started getting popular a couple years ago, I thought, man, with that tiny little stainless steel flange, how are you going to integrate that properly in waterproofing and ensure that over time it's going to stay waterproof? But Schluter now has a giant line of all kinds of stuff, including pre-sloped pans, all kinds of different drains and grates. I finished my house a year ago and I used all Schluter products everywhere in my house.
Yep.
All kinds of different options and finishes. They really have a giant catalog these days. So I'm sure you can learn more on their website, but thanks for joining Will and I at IBS 2023.
Being present. So without further ado, the crowd that you guys came for, Mr. Matt Reisinger, Luke Metzger, Austin, Texas finest, and Nick Sable from Huber Engineered Woods. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great, man. Thanks for having us. How many Build Show fans we got out here in the crowd? We got a couple.
Come on,
Right.
come on.
Our people are here, too.
And looking forward to revealing this.
What do you say we check it out?
Let's go to the job site, shall
All
we?
right, roll it.
All right, guys, coming to you from Luke's job site back here in Austin. Luke, we got a big reveal to talk about. What is it?
All right, guys, at the WallSmart booth, check this out. Katya, show us how this works. All right, so new construction. That is so awesome. We got like a little Netgear Wi-Fi point right here. The panel is recessed in, and then this is magneted on. And check it out, just as easy, pops right back on. Now they have a retrofit version of this as well, so pull this one down so you can see it. This one has just a little bit of a stick down, but look how easy that is for a remodeler. You would route that drywall, and it's got some fins that stick out. You could screw that right in. The idea is everything that you're putting in the wall could be pretty darn flush. Will you also show me that Sonos speaker one that you've got here? I'm a big fan of Sonos. So look at this. You could pop that Sonos panel off, recess that center channel speaker right in there. That's cool. And it looks to me like they're making them for all kinds of different options out there. But let me show you what it looks like. They've got a display over here that kind of tells the story. These appear to be some kind of MDF product that you would actually screw to the framing. And here they've got a little cutaway so you can see it. So here's our framing. You're gonna screw that in the frame stage prior to sheetrock. You're gonna sheetrock up to it and then mud right in, and then later that device goes on. That is really, really cool. I've never seen anything like that before. The product is WallSmart. It's wall-smart.com for more. All right, guys, coming to you from the Active House booth. I would be remiss if we didn't spend a few minutes with this smart Italian guy right here. Francesco is one of the original founders of MESSANA Radiant Cooling from Italy. And I gotta tell you, this is a bit of a mind bender right here, but you can actually cool your house with chilled water. Francisco, will you give us a little tour of your booth and how you could cool your house with water?
Absolutely. So we probably can start from the engine and the about,
so the space pack out here is actually making the chilled water, right?
Exactly.
So heat pump.
It's a hot water and chill water,
Yep.
both.
Either one. It's got a setting to hot or cold.
Perfect. You have two lines, supply and return. Going a small buffer tank. From the buffer tank is going to a manifold.
Okay, so inside the manifold is chilled water. What kind of temperature are we talking about for chilled water? Is that 50 degrees, 30 degrees?
Could be between 46 to 55 degrees.
So almost the same coil temperature as a standard AC system, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But we like to modulate the water. So it's not always a fixed water temperature. Could be variable based on what? Based on dew point inside of the house.
Got it.
Because when we talk about radiant cooling, we need to evaluate the dew point.
Got it.
And to evaluate the dew point, you need to know two different measurements: temperature and humidity. Okay.
All right, so let me back you up just for one sec.
Yep.
So like at my house, if I've got a glass of cold water, the ice in it, You know how the water condenses on the outside of the glass and you get a puddle of water? That glass is cold when I touch it and it feels cold, but we want to avoid the condensation, that dew point, and that's where you guys have a lot of smart tech that's involved here.
Exactly. So we display today the sensor. This is called MESSANA sensor, and through this sensor we can measure temperature of the air, humidity, and evaluate the dew point.
Okay.
In the last few years, we also add a VOC sensor.
Wow, VOC sensor.
Air quality became very important for homeowner now.
Yep.
So, and through the VOC sensor, now we can also activate an HRV on ERV as well.
All right, so if you had a Panasonic or a Zender ERV, you could send a signal over that says, hey, my quality's not great in here. Let's kick that thing into high, or kick it on, because now we're starting to have an elevated level.
Exactly.
We didn't need it on before.
And this is today we display different solution of hydronic system. MESSANA manufacture a radiant ceiling.
This is really cool.
Yes.
These are panels right here that you can see are meant to snap in your probably PEX tubing, right?
Yep.
The PEX tubing would have that chilled water in it, and then this metal panel would have drywall installed over top. You can kind of see it on the display. So that now when I'm in Texas in my house and it's hot outside or the sun's coming in and heating up this space, this is actually sucking the heat off of me and taking that heat outside where that heat pump is exchanging it and making it cold again.
It's a little bit of the opposite of air conditioner does. You don't receive, there's no blowing cold air.
No fan whatsoever.
No, you release your heat. So classic example of radiant cooling when you go in a church or in a cave.
Oh, that's a great example,
So
yeah.
you release your heat. Why? Because the heat moves to the cold.
Right, so
That's
you're in that
physics.
cold underground
Exactly.
wine storage, let's say.
We cannot build homes anymore with stones like we did in the past, but we can activate ceiling.
Oh, that's
So that's because
I love
active
that
house,
example.
active ceiling, and we are human, so we are active people.
That's
very
a
important.
really great example. That makes a lot of sense to me. You're underground, you feel good, it feels cold.
That's the same feeling.
This is doing the same
Yes.
thing. And I've had a house with radiant heat before. There's no noise, there's no fan. It feels great in there. But I gotta ask you though, we have to have something else that's dealing with humidity, right? Because that's only dealing with sensible heat, not latent heat. So then what do? We have a separate dehumidifier probably, right?
We also manufacture ATU, meaning air treatment unit.
Okay.
It's a combi unit, can do multiple things. Ventilation, dehumidification, and integration as well. But differently than the other dehumidification unit, we don't introduce the heat inside of the house. Because to me it doesn't make sense during summertime in Texas, for example.
Right.
You remove the moisture and you introduce the heat in the house.
Sure.
So now you use more heating
Sure.
AC to
Sure.
doesn't make anyway. So we offer that
And
solution.
what is this guy down here?
This small guy here is a trench Clima Canal hydronic fan coil. It's manufactured by Belgium companies named Jaga, and with this unit we can integrate with the rest of the system because this unit has also an hydronic coil.
Okay, so in other words, this is going to get a tap from your manifold.
Exactly, half-inch.
We're going to put chilled water into here.
Yep.
And this coil is going to get cold just like a standard AC coil.
Exactly, but it's ductless. As you can see, you mount this on the floor, on the ceiling, or on the wall, and you don't need any ducts basically.
And you've got a little grate to go over top. And then this little kind of squirrel cage fan down here.
It's a low fan, yeah.
It's just a low voltage fan.
24 volt will
Probably
be definitely power into our M box here, and everything will be integrated through floor, ceiling, HRV, and YAG as well.
Oh
It's a
my
complete
gosh.
solution for your HVAC system in the house.
I've got to do something with you guys someday. This is the
It's a lot.
coolest system.
Probably 10 minutes not enough, but
We could
just
probably
started.
go 2 hours on this topic,
I'm
but how
sure.
can people find out more about your systems or find more about you guys?
yeah, MESSANA Radiant Cooling. It's online for sure. We are based in California.
Okay.
We work typically with architect, mechanical engineer,
Yep.
and you can contact us. And
If you've got one of these systems in your house under construction or you're talking to these guys, you need to call me because I need to do some videos on this.
Absolutely.
Francisco, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Nice to meet you.
IBS 2023.
Any of the
build show videos, you've probably seen this. We did the Builder's First Source show about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. Cindy got up on the big stage. In fact, Cindy did a cartwheel for us. You think we can get Cindy to do that again today? Any Builder's First Source?
Welcome back to the Build Show. I'm Travis Brungart. We're here at IBS 2023 in Las Vegas, and today I'm excited because I've seen something new. Not every day you see something new. This is the Equinox louvered roof system. We do a fair amount of outdoor spaces, and we've done a lot of pergolas over the years. We've had a little bit of an issue with people saying, well, you know, the pergola gives me some relief from the sun for a couple hours, but maybe we could make it taller so we could get more shading out of it. And then you do that for them and they're like, now we don't really have the sun. So what this system allows, this is an all aluminum powder coated system with an integral water management gutter, and it's motorized. So if I want full sun, it's as simple as the 12 volt DC, open it up. I can track with the sun if I want to have that nice afternoon or evening sun on my backyard space. And then if it's raining or if it's hot and I don't want that, it's a simple push of the button to bring it back down closed. They do offer a DC solar panel to power this, but it only draws 4 amps, or even for a larger system, you can plug it into your outdoor GFCI. They're utilizing this coating with other visual elements as well, basically a metal wrap. So this Knotwood product is simulating the wood grain look that people kind of tend to prefer on less contemporary outdoor spaces, a more natural, organic look. And they have all these different colors of Knotwood, basically 20 different wood grain colors available in that. So you're really able to kind of match the exterior aesthetic that you're trying to get with something that's incredibly durable. The aluminum coating is UV stable. You're not going to have any sort of sun fade issues. And of course, with aluminum, it's dead straight. So assembly and buildability are really coming through in spades. So this is also available in decking and other lateral elements. Obviously, the vertical screenings become very popular, mid-century detail. And you can see that this just really makes for a really nice outdoor space that, frankly, gives you the flexibility to enjoy it any weather conditions, any time of year. I can see a lot of my clients being interested in this. This is one of the cooler things I've seen here at IBS. We'll find a few other things here on the show floor. Stick with us for IBS 2023. I'm Travis Brungart. We'll see you next time on The Build Show.
The Build Show Network. Showmans, how many of you seen any videos we've made with any Huber products at all? Just about everywhere. Oh, everybody but CJ right there, who didn't raise his hand. Everybody but CJ. This is really fun to be here, guys. This is what, our 6th or 7th Best of Social Awards, something like that. We've had a couple surprises over the years. We got a fun surprise for you tonight, too. But without further ado, let's get right into the awards. So, you can make Zips Carpenter pencils super exciting. Mark Willie, my friends. Way to go, all right. I don't think you guys speak around the first. Sorry about that.
From the gym and picking up groceries. This is a window in our garage, and if you can look on the right, you'll see that it's clear, and on the left, we've got condensation on the outside.
It's just going to be a lot better performing house.
Continuity of that air and water barriers. That zip wall goes right up, and John taped his zip wall to the zip. I don't know about you, Will, but after the last 3 days of Vegas, I'm feeling kind of sweaty and dirty.
Extremely, man. I'm so nasty.
I mean, how's that mechanical hub shirt you've been wearing the last 3 days? Has it gotten dirty?
Man, I've been doing plumbing in it, like all kinds of nasty
I mean, I've been
stuff.
wearing my drywall shorty shirt
it's
the last 3 days continuous.
disgusting.
But what's cool about IBS is they have on-site laundry services, including the laundry jet. Check this out. So this is a tube system you put, instead of just the hamper upstairs that never quite lines up with the laundry room with a metal duct. This guy actually has a vacuum attached. All right, hit it. You ready?
There we go. See ya.
All right, Lydia, let's get you clean. Can you see it running through the tubes back there? That is crazy.
Oh man, up and down, up and down.
All day long, I've been seeing people just whipping out their phone and taking videos of this.
Who's up first? Is that me?
And there we go. Mechanical hub. Now it doesn't clean it, but we actually started with clean shirts. Pretty fun, guys. LaundryJet.com. All right, guys, IBS 2023. We're at an old friend's booth right here. Lori and I go way back. I used cavity slider pocket door hardware at my house in about 4 or 5 locations. And I've got with me Will. You guys know Will has said in public before that he doesn't like pocket doors. Will, what's been your experience with pocket doors?
I mean, come on. They're cumbersome. They fall off the track. Trim nails scratch them. They don't lock right.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
those
those are common issues. You got to admit.
I try to avoid them.
Could you convince Will that maybe your tracks could solve some of those issues, or your hardware could solve some of those issues?
I think we've got a chance. Let's find out.
All right, let's see what we can do, Lori. Talk to us about your original cavity slider hardware.
There you go. So, a cavity slider. We're in business because of some of the issues that you mentioned. We bring peace of mind to a product category that's been notorious for problems. So, some of those you mentioned. Now, oftentimes with a wooden frame, that's what you'll get when you go and ask for a frame from your local lumber yard. They're made out of wood, and what that comes with is flexibility. So, when the drywall crews come through, they're compressing these jambs against the wall, and what happens is over time that can rub away the visible surface. So, we've gone with aluminum, as you can see, thick walled extrusions, lots of right angles, so you're not at risk of any movement. So it's a completely sound structure. You're housed in position with these right angle brackets, so it's not possible for it to lose its perfect shape.
And I want to jump in real quick, Lori, to say it's aluminum and it's a knockdown system, so it comes in a box like this that literally you could have dropped off from your local lumber yard where they're stocked in a ton of locations.
Yep.
Or if you weren't in a spot where you could get these, they can ship them to you. It's one box, and if you watch my videos with my finished carpenters installing them, it's really straightforward to put it together and make this super nice track system. So this is all aluminum. It's really solid.
Yeah, so it comes in standard sizes, but you can also customize it. So you can cut it down in height and width if you order a 3080 and then decide you want a 2880. It's designed with really smooth running gear as well. That's often a problem with standard systems. So we've got the soft close on this one, so that's quiet and safe.
Let's see if I like it, because
I don't know, Will. What do you think?
Nice.
So it's only soft close, not soft open.
I got you.
But can you get soft close, soft open both, Lori?
You can.
Super smooth.
Funny you ask. This one's got the soft close on here against the closing jamb, and then this one's got soft open and soft close. So that's a dual action mechanism. You've got a dampener at both ends on that one. So
is there a minimum door width you need for soft close, soft open? Because you got some hardware.
Yeah, there's a bit of width here.
Space,
so yeah,
right?
Minimum door width on soft open and soft close is 32 inches.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and then the running gear is built to last.
So you don't need a 3.0 door, in other words, which some manufacturers you got to go up to a 3.0.
Yeah, that's correct.
How about a heavy, like 1 3/4 solid 8.0 door that's a couple hundred pounds? Like, you set up for that?
Yeah, we are. So yeah, it's built to last. The carriages, they'll go the distance. It's a nice smooth operation. They'll actually go up to 500 pounds. Awesome. The soft close taps out at 264. So if you need to go big, the frames will do up to 4.0 10.0. So
4.0 10.0, that's a big door. Yeah. And new this year, you guys have 2x6 sized frames as well. This is a 2x4 frame. He's showing off. The most interior framing is 2x4 framing.
So yeah, this one.
By the way, these are all for interior doors, not exterior doors.
This is the CS Ultimate. This will be live in May, June. So that one's set up for a 5.5-inch stud size, and it will go up to 5.0 by 10.0. So you've got a 4-inch throat. You can do a 2.25-inch thick pocket. So this is the next one on the block.
That's pretty sweet. But wait, there's more. Sham wow. We got something really cool and brand new, Lori. What is this display on the end here?
Let's check it out.
I got to pre-party with this display. It's pretty awesome. You want to start on the other side first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So Laurie, what's this called?
This is called the CS Auto Cav. So this is about as advanced as it gets in the pocket door world. So as the name would suggest, it's a completely automated pocket door system. So most people will configure this residentially with a touch sensor. It's got sensors that run through the openings so that, you know, if you have a pet or a young kid running through, they're not at risk. That will bounce
your dog
the door
or your
back
cat
open.
comes through while it's closing, you're not going to crush them.
Yeah, you can customize it so it opens as fast as you want, it stays open for as long as you want. You can hook it up to the home automation system. So
That's pretty awesome.
You can control it from the iPhone.
Let's go around and see the backside. I want to
Let's
see
do it.
the guts on this. So all this is going to sink into that 2x4 or 2x6
Yeah, it is compatible
cavity?
with a 2x4 wall size. Yeah, so all of the running gear sits above the pocket unit, and it's all a belt-driven motorized system. It's a self-tensioning belt, so it doesn't need to be serviced, but all specifically designed for a pocket door application. So,
And are you showing this, Laurie, as in this might be like a service door?
Yeah,
So like
that's
if
an
this was
access
my master closet, that would be the pretty side of the door, and you'd have this service access panel on the
yeah,
closet
so you can either
side,
have
maybe.
an access panel or drywall over it that can sit on your wall side or in the ceiling.
So how about a power failure? Do you have like battery backup built in?
We do. So this is a battery backup system that can sit, you know, near the opening, or we can, you know, provide some wiring so that sits in another part of the house. But you've got options there.
I don't know why you'd want it necessarily, but you also have a key fob option too, right?
Yeah, this comes in handy at the trade shows. If somebody's walking past and you want to get their attention,
Hit that door and
bang.
auto open. You know, if you were handicapped though,
100%.
you could have that on your wheelchair
Yeah.
and not have to touch any sensors. Just boom, hit the button on your wheelchair, open that door
Exactly.
up, and your 3.0 opening
Yeah.
pops right
Does
open.
it have a motion sensor? So if I'm walking up
It does.
to it,
So
you
we do a lot with an overhead sensor. For example, between kitchens and dining rooms, that's really popular. Think about, you know, you got a tray of food and you're serving at a dinner party, bang, you're straight through.
So I got to ask you, Laurie, the one thing it's missing though, which if you're a nerdy 50-year-old like me, I'm expecting this. No, you know, that's a terrible Star Trek reference. We could probably add a noise generator that would give us the Star Trek door feeling, right?
Probably could. We did a job in San Jose for it was actually a Star Wars theme, like VR arcade. And it wasn't the sounds, but they had smoke machines go off when people entered the arcade. So you got...
With the sensor, it's the smoke machine and
Yeah.
oh man, that's awesome.
You can get pretty crazy with
So
this.
this is the Auto Cav from Cavity Sliders. What's your website, Laurie? for people to check you out?
CavitySliders.com, product name AutoCav. Come check us out.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Cheers.
All right, guys, you know Lexel, right? Lexel, let's get nerdy for a second, has some properties that we like as builders in that it stretches, but it also relaxes. And the Lexel people put together a giant tunnel for me today with my buddy Travis. Travis is going to safety glass up, and I'm gonna get in my company branded, by the way, this is a company branded Jeep. If I can get in. I think the battery might be dead, Charlotte. I got nothing. Nope, I'm in reverse. That's the problem, I was in reverse. I'm not a very good driver either. That's impressive, Travis.
In my Thoroughgoods, baby.
All right, guys, Will and I are back at the Sashco booth. Will, I had a lot of fun a minute ago. I don't know if you saw this, but they let me ride the power wheels and show the elong something with elong on it with Lexel, which is a really cool clear cock. But I wanted to show you, Will, this. Have you seen this exact color product for them before?
I have not. This is new to me.
So this is cool. This is exact color. And what this is a caulking that you can make whatever color you want. It comes in a kit.
Yep.
And here's how it works. You know, if you had some siding, let's say, on the outside of your house that was this blue color, and you had the blue paint, you could suck up 30 milliliters of this. You could basically take this and suck up 30 milliliters. And then Exact Color is basically the same product as Big Stretch,
yep.
but it's still kind of in the manufacturing process at your house. It's a little more liquefied, kind of like Elmer's glue. It's not quite as hard. So you would actually put that paint into this Exact Color, screw the cap on, shake it up, and now this is going to look like a blue caulking, but it's going to be kind of thin. Then you're going to put this hardener in right here, squeeze that in, shake it up, and now guess what? You've got basically Big Stretch, a really top quality caulking, put in your Exact Color.
That's
and
incredible.
That's what they've done for us here.
Oh, man.
So that now I could come into the job site and do whatever I need to. And it's going to be a little, till it dries.
See where you're going with this.
I'm not sure I got enough real estate to do a true build, but you know where I was going with that.
Yep.
I'm curious, Will, is there any places you could see this being used?
Oh, well, you just talked about pre-finished siding, so I know that it comes with a touch-up kit of paint, and so that's already a water-based paint we could use with that. We just dropped a big glop in the floor.
Lubed it.
Yep. So I think siding, and then like remodeling, if you had to go retrofit and add another penetration or a hole in the outside of your already painted house, you get the paint color. Whatever you put in the wall, that's an easy, caulk job around it, and then you don't have to go buy paint and come back with another trade or another bucket of paint. But I like also the cabinet. They have a picture of it, but most cabinet shops are going to install their trim after they get their cabinets on site. And in my market, it's already painted when they get there. Maybe your market,
caulked, or already stained rather. Sorry.
So now they don't have to have caulk and then another paint to come back over it. They can literally match this caulk to their cabinet color.
That's pretty cool.
Caulk their crown molding in, and they're done. And we talked about some crown molding issues.
Yeah, let's say if your crown molding was cracked somewhere, or even just a lot of drywall corners will crack in the first year or two with some movement.
Right.
You could, if you had painted walls, let's say, instead of painting that with touch-up paint, caulk and then paint, mix it up in here, caulk that corner, and you walk away and you're done.
Well, so then we've all had the warranty calls for that. So now instead of having to call, a sheetrock guy to go out there and then call your painter to come back, me and my guys can do that. So I find that would be a great application for us. I could use that pretty often, I feel like. So,
and they tell us that anything that's water-based would work. So any water-based paints, even stains, you're good to go. This is the Sashco Exact Color. You can find this all over the nation, anywhere they sell Sashco.
What's up, guys? It's Benji with Breakthrough Academy. We systemize construction businesses for growth. We are here at the International Build Show at our favorite booth here, and that is Buildertrend. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but technology, software, is changing the landscape of construction and contracting, broadly speaking, very, very quickly. It creates efficiency, it centralizes data, it gives you better visibility into your numbers and your business. You can communicate more through it, which is why we are very, very big on adopting tech. Be on the front edge of this curve, not a straggler, because this is the way it is all going. So we love Buildertrend for a few reasons. It's a central source of truth for your whole business. They have amazing customer support. It's a very, very robust project management tool that allows you to centralize all your construction operations in one place. But there's one challenge that we think a lot of GCs have, a lot of builders have when it comes to technology and software in particular, and it's that people don't use it for its full functionality. You download this tool, you pay for it monthly, and you're really only using like 20% of it when you should be using 100. Really high performing contractors are using their technology to its fullest. And we actually have one specific feature that we think builders should be using, and we often see them not. And we're gonna talk to Paul really quick about what that is. What's up, Paul?
What's up, Ben?
Okay, so one of the things that we see a lot, and it's a problem, is underutilization of software. Builders pay for these super powerful and robust tools and then use like barely any of it. What is one thing in Buildertrend specifically that you wish more builders, more GCs were using?
Yeah, right across the board, daily and weekly project status updates.
Okay, how come?
Yeah, right across the board. Because issues arise on projects all the time because there's a breakdown in communication these project status updates on a daily and a weekly basis encourage effective communication to happen on a regular frequency.
And we all know what
job.
happens. We all know what happens when communication breakdowns happen in the middle of a project, right?
Yeah, totally. People make up movies in their mind on, you know, how they think the project is going, whether or not that's true, and then things can go off the rails quite quickly.
If you're not preemptively answering questions that the clients are inevitably going to have, the result of that is a phone that rings a hell of a lot.
Totally, yeah. And if you have effective communication, you can deal with a lot of the little fires before the project turns into like a big bonfire and you have a runaway train on your hands.
And so you see a lot of builders actually just not using this specific tool within Buildertrend?
Yeah, it's they just don't use it. Or they might do it at like the beginning of a project and it's sporadic, and then they just stop doing it and the customer wonders why, and there's no like rhythm to how the project's being managed in that capacity.
So better communication, obviously important. How does this specific feature within Buildertrend deliver that?
Right, so it keeps the customer informed of where they're at with their budget, how their change orders are impacting the budget, how decisions are impacting the schedule. It keeps them informed of the work that's been done to date, work that they can expect on their property in the coming future, and any other decisions that other industry collaborators need to make to keep the project moving ahead.
We work with a ton of general contractors. A lot of them, most of them are on Buildertrend.
Yeah.
With the ones that are using this, what have you noticed in their daily life, their business, stress levels? Like maybe talk about the benefits that you've seen.
Yeah, for sure. Right across the board, decreased frequency of sporadic emails from clients, decreased like demands to come to work site on weekends or after dinner.
Yeah.
Higher referral counts right across the board. Less communication with the customer, but much more impactful communication with the customer. So again, it leads to higher referrals, higher net profit, more satisfied employees, smoother running jobs.
You can talk to your clients every day and still really communicate barely anything. And in fact,
Totally,
I think that's the resting state of the industry.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal. Yeah. Okay.
People have no problem communicating, but you need to put up bumpers in your project to control how that communication happens, and these are the features that allow you to do that.
Amazing.
Super easy to implement too, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, if you are looking for a better piece of software to centralize the operations of your business, there's no better place to start if you're in the construction industry than Buildertrend. If you're already a Buildertrend user, you need to be doing daily and weekly project status updates. That is it from the Buildertrend booth. Thanks so much.
Jake, my dogs are barking, dude.
I'm glad we're sitting down.
3 days. This
Yeah.
is a serious
And they are
slog.
already giving us the show is closing. You need to be leaving.
It's 5
and
o'clock.
we're still sitting here.
On day 3. It's because you're the hardest working man in show business.
Sure. It's because I wanted to show you this.
So
actually.
we're at the Westlake booth.
Yeah, so it's Westlake Royal Building Products.
Okay, it's a big name.
And so, you know, Royal PVC, what used to be Boral, it's true exterior
Oh,
now.
okay, got
The
it.
Rosetta
That's part of these
Stone
guys.
That's behind us.
Yeah, I like that.
And then this that CJ, one of the sales directors, was telling me, they've made this product Select.
CELECT.
For like 9 years, and I didn't know about it.
Oh, how funny.
So like this is
Takes
my
the
new
builder-
find
This is
of the show.
Brand new to the market.
Yeah.
Since the early 90s.
So this is, it's PVC.
Okay.
So they make Royal PVC.
Yep.
So, you know, it's a PVC that you can trust.
Yep.
It has a Kynar finish.
Oh, really?
It has a 25-year warranty.
Holy cow.
Which is a little on the crazy side.
That's legit.
It latches together just like vinyl, so it goes on the wall like vinyl. There's actually some above us. So it has a positive connection here that has already been nailed in the layer below. So just like vinyl, it's gonna click together where you can't like pry up on it. You know, sometimes you get your fingers under fiber cement and just pull
Pop
it
it
off the wall. But the thing that really impressed me is it has this locking channel on the end.
So how's that work?
This locking channel gives us a reveal between the joints that's like less than a 1/16 of an inch.
Nice. And then
So
no caulking needed too,
yeah,
right?
and the ends are pre-finished already. But those two things together, and I'm standing there talking to the sales rep and I'm like, how is it that my PVC is gonna butt and I'm not gonna have problems? Because expansion, contraction, it's gonna move. Said they have a outside corner that has a 2-inch pocket. So you can put two pieces together and go 60 feet without having to have some sort of control joint.
Oh my gosh.
It will push up to the 60 feet.
That's
I mean,
wild.
if you look at the slots in it, the nail-based slots are double
big. Right.
what vinyl looks like
because it's
normally.
going to move.
Yeah.
but it's no problem.
But if they're planning for it,
yeah.
we
So
don't
you're
care.
not nailing that tight. You're certainly not screwing it on tight.
Yeah.
You're leaving a loose nail, and then you're good to go.
And if you're looking at some of the fiber cement manufacturers say like we have a 20-year warranty, that 20-year warranty is the substrate. It's not the color.
Right.
Even if they say we have a color warranty, and I'm not saying anything bad about them, the color warranty on that stuff is not 25 years.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
color
that's
warranty
right.
on this stuff's actually 25 years. Variety of colors. I think there's like 16 of them or something.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
New
Very fun.
find. 9-year-old product, and I find it today at the Build Show.
I mean, that's the beauty of coming to the show all these years is that, you know, even if it's not a new product, it could be a new product to us.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. You know, we got a bunch of videos. I haven't even seen them all yet. I'm looking forward to seeing this video because we had like all our contributors except for Zach who couldn't make it. Your wife's coming to town. My wife's already here. We got show tickets. We got dinner tickets. How about we go have some fun?
I think it's time for a nap first.
I think a nap sounds good. Guys, go follow the rest of our contributors on buildshownetwork.com. Also, we laced all their Instagram handles underneath their videos when they shot them. We got 12 amazing people on this network that I'm so proud that every one of our videos is free. Yes, we have some sponsored content, but we've got 12 legitimate builders, tradespeople, our loan architect, Steve Basic, who are giving you their wisdom 100% free on buildshownetwork.com. Jake, let's wrap it up.
Let's go to
You
bed.
know you love my dorky outro.
On.
Hold on. You
I'm
gotta
ready
get
for
it.
bed.
I know, I am too. Guys, follow us on TikTok or Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time
On the Build Show.